Next on Worcester News tonight, repairs to Union Station are delayed again, and fixing a new problem could be costly. Plus, a special ceremony for new U.S. citizens. Dozens take the oath of allegiance at a naturalization ceremony in Worcester. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. Changing weather today, rain fell across much of the area this afternoon, and it could be a sign of things to come for the rest of the work week. Let's send it over to meteorologist Pamela Gardner for a first look at our local forecast.
Hey there, good Tuesday evening to you. Well, it's been kind of a gloomy day for us, but at least we had warm temperatures. It was downright muggy and at times showery. More showers in the forecast for the rest of your evening, although we let up in intensity and in coverage with the heaviest pockets of rain expected to be more along the south coast of southern New England as well as Cape Cod and the islands. While here in Worcester County, we continue to dry things off in terms of heavy rain, but it's going to feel rather muggy overnight tonight. We stay warm with a low of 61 degrees, and there's a chance for some fog to thicken up, and that may reduce your visibility early into tomorrow morning. Your beach forecast, though, the next several days, if you happen to be traveling across New England, Wednesday looks okay. Thursday, Friday, that's going to be a no-go, but Saturday, oh, that's when things take a good turn. And we have drier weather in store for the first official weekend of summer. So in just a few minutes, we'll have more of the hour-by-hour timing with the showers, because Wednesday we have another round of some spot shower chances, mainly developing in the heat of the afternoon. Heavier rain towards the end of the week. We're talking late Thursday into Friday. Again, more on the timing in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Pamela. At more than 100 years old, it's inevitable Union Station in Worcester will need repairs. A $32 million renovation 19 years ago restored the historic building, but now another set of repairs is set back due to a problem discovered during renovations. Our Brittany Schaefer joins us live now from Union Station with the details. Brittany.
Olivia, the city says the work has resumed, but it was delayed by 3 to 6 weeks. They say the first layer of the exterior of the building here is leaking water and a yellow substance.
The stucco project has been a challenge.
Repairs at Union Station are being set back. The city has found an issue where renovations were already done.
Very shortly after our first coat, that there was bleeding of yellow coming through. We have been trying to isolate what that cause is, but have been unable to determine the exact chemical composition.
The stucco project on the historic building's exterior will be delayed by 3 to 6 weeks. Energy and Asset Director John Odell says luckily they found a solution, but it isn't cheap.
Basically a coating that covers the old one that doesn't bleed through. So it adds an inhibitor that we think is going to be the solution. So we haven't gotten a final number, but I expect it to be a modest but noticeable increase, somewhere between 100 and 250,000.
Odell says 80% of the repairs will be covered by the Federal Transit Administration. The Worcester Redevelopment Authority owns the building. Board member Michael Angelini says costly repairs are expected in the century-old transportation hub.
We have an old building, so that's the situation. You never get done, right? So Union Station is an old house, but it's a great building. It has renewed interest in it. As you probably know, the Cannabis Commission is coming to Union Station. There's a lot of interest by tenants in the station, and as we increase train service, it's going to be even more a busier place than it is now.
Odell says when the stucco project is complete, more projects will be started to enhance Union Station.
All of these projects are designed to bring more tenants into the building and really liven it up. I think it's going to be huge to continue the revitalization of Worcester.
Again, 80% will be covered by the Federal Transit Administration, but the other 20% will be funded through the city. Odell says the finished project will be completed by the end of summer. Live at Union Station, Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
The town of Southbridge is operating without a town hall. The town learned of possible asbestos after moving a boiler in the building. Departments and offices are temporarily relocating while testing takes place. The building has been closed since Thursday, limiting town services.
As soon as we found out there may be asbestos in the building being spread, we immediately closed town hall. We sent the employees home And we've been making sure that everybody's safe. And from my point of view, that's the most important thing.
All our documentation, all the births, deaths, and marriages that are recorded in the town since middle of the 1700s are in there. So if somebody's coming in for a record, we can't supply it.
And the town is expecting to hear back from Mass DEP by the end of the night. If asbestos is found, they don't expect its removal to take long. Several UMass Memorial Community Health Inc. patients may have had their personal information exposed in a data breach. Community Health Inc. says they learned about an unauthorized individual who gained access to 2 employees' email accounts in April. They say some of the accounts hacked contains patients' information like names, date of birth, health insurance information, and in limited instances, social security numbers. There is no indication any patient information was actually viewed or misused. The clinic says they are mailing letters to patients whose information may have been involved. Oxford police are investigating a string of car break-ins in town. They say they received reports early this morning about items missing from vehicles and are now hoping witnesses or surveillance video can help figure out who did it. Our Rosalind Flaherty joins us live now with the details. Rosalind.
Olivia, one woman caught the thieves in action on surveillance video. Police say all of the cars were unlocked and are urging people to lock up. Home surveillance video captures a person rummaging through Nicole Mazzella's car, and at the same time, someone else trying to get into the family's other vehicle.
As soon as there's motion, the camera and the light come on. He didn't even flinch. Very scary. I mean, we've got a 4.5-year-old.
Mazzella wasn't the only person in her neighborhood impacted by thieves early Tuesday morning. Oxford police say there were 8 to 10 reports of suspects going through cars left unlocked in the area of Minuteman Lane.
At this point, it looks like just miscellaneous change, cash, other items were just gone through. So it was a crime of opportunity. I mean, if the car was open, they went in. If it was locked, they didn't go in.
Mazzella says her husband did leave a car unlocked, but says thankfully nothing valuable was inside.
It's disappointing because it's a quiet neighborhood, it's private up there.
Police say they are investigating and advise residents to lock their car doors and secure their property. Mazzella says she now plans on parking her family's cars in the garage.
Clearly, these people aren't afraid.
Police are asking for the public's help. If you have any information, you are asked to contact them. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
A New York investment firm buys apartments at Lakeway Commons in Shrewsbury for $77 million. The Quinn 35 apartments opened in the fall of 2017. The complex is along Route 9 at the former SPAG site. According to the Worcester Business Journal, Blue Rock Capital Markets closed on the transaction on Friday. State leaders putting a spotlight on a manufacturer in the Blackstone Valley who creates products to help keep railways clear of snow and ice. Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito toured Omni Control Technology today to learn more about their company and how they are working to advance the manufacturing field. Omni Control creates rails like ones the MBTA uses during winter snowstorms. Polito says it's important to visit businesses who create jobs and products in state.
Omni Technology is an incredible partner developing solutions around our rail. Obviously, heating our third rail during the winter of 2015 was very important to us, and we very much appreciate their employment, their expansion, and their specialized service.
We have a test facility here in Whitensville. We're able to test advances in technology in this area so that, you know, these in the future, these storms will not be impacting the railway system as much as they have in the past.
Omni has been based in Whitensville since 1992. They operate a 30,000 square foot facility with registered control panel fabricators. A live fire demonstration at the Westborough Fire Department shows what can happen if a home doesn't have fire sprinklers. The side-by-side prop had a room with a sprinkler and one without. In 2 minutes, the one without reached flashover, meaning it's not survivable. The one with sprinklers was contained in less than 30 seconds. The National Fire Sprinkler Association says the sprinklers discharge 15 to 30 gallons of water per minute and causes less water damage than a fire hose.
People have a misunderstanding or a misconception about fires. They feel like it's not going to happen to me, it only happens on television, and it can happen to anybody at any time.
When a building has a sprinkler system in place, it completely changes the tactics of your fire department. A sprinkler system is actually not designed to put a fire out, but it's designed to hold it in check so that when we arrive, it's a manageable size scenario.
And the National Fire Sprinkler Association travels throughout the state showing the importance and hopes of getting them required in 1- and 2-family homes. A big day for dozens at the Worcester Art Museum Tuesday as they officially become U.S. citizens. More than 50 people took their oath of allegiance at the naturalization ceremony and shared their journeys of becoming a citizen. Our Chandler Walsh was there. She joins us live now with their stories. Chandler.
Olivia, the citizenship candidates came from 24 different countries. Many say it was a long process with many obstacles, but well worth it. 53 people take an oath of allegiance at the Worcester Art Museum.
I will support and defend the Constitution and laws.
They're some of the country's newest citizens. Angelina Solomon dressed for the important occasion, wearing an American flag shawl to show her patriotism.
Being able to do this, it's such an honor.
She came to America from Cape Verde when she was 8 and says she's wanted to be a citizen ever since.
And I'm just so excited that my mother came here for a better life and sent for her daughters and gave us this opportunity.
Mohsin Ali moved to Shrewsbury from Pakistan 7 years ago. He says the path to citizenship took more than a year and a lot of studying, but every step was worth it.
It's really good to have a knowledge about the U.S. history. Since I'm a citizen right now, so I know about my country now.
His wife, Razine Hyder, brought their 3 children to support him. She saw her parents become citizens years ago and thought it was important for her kids to do the same.
They were born here, they're not going to experience this, so it was really nice to have them see how the process is.
This is the Art Museum's 3rd year holding a naturalization ceremony, and they hope to host more.
Extremely moving when you see that people from so many countries want to become citizen in this country. It's an honor.
Solomon is celebrating with a trip to the nation's capital.
We're going straight to the train station. I want to take the Amtrak to D.C. and we'll be there all week.
Solomon says she can't wait to vote and be called for jury duty. The Worcester Art Museum currently hosts 1 naturalization ceremony a year, but the museum's director hopes to soon increase it to twice a year. Olivia?
All right, thank you, Chandler. What an exciting day for them. A Worcester native is named the new CEO of UniBank in Whitensville. Michael Welch has strong ties to Central Mass and says he's happy to join the bank. Welch graduated St. John's High School in Shrewsbury and later served as the school's headmaster. He says one of his top priorities will be to strengthen connections with customers and build new relationships to help the bank grow.
How do we position ourselves, not just to survive, but how are we going to thrive in this very challenging environment where a lot of banks are being consolidated? So this is a pivotal point for UniBank to move forward and to grow and enhance our footprint.
Meantime, interim president Christopher Foley has been appointed president on a permanent basis. He has 33 years banking experience and has been at UniBank since 2000.
And I'm absolutely thrilled to have been appointed the president and to be working with Michael, who will be exterior facing in building relationships.
And UniBank has about $1.8 billion in total assets. They have 275 employees and 14 branches across central Massachusetts.